Now in this lecture, we shall learn that how we can apply the load combinations. But before that, if you remember that in the earlier lecture series, we have learned to model the same kind of measurement flow. So to avoid all the efforts that we have already considered, so we can go to the defined what we can do is we can go to the edit and interactive database, but ensure that the model is unlocked here. So what we can do is that we can go to this particular option, that is load case definition, and in here we can click on the load case definition itself. Left click on OK again. So what I'm trying to tell here is the shortcut to skip the application of all the loading parameters again and again. So what we can do is that we can see here that we have applied dead, elx, ely, live, and in addition to that we have applied the sidl also. So what we can do here is that we can go to the define load patterns here, and here also we can apply sidl. Take it as a super dead load and click on add new load. Again left click on OK. So now what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to enter the load combinations from the interactive database itself, which help us to save a lot of time, because ultimately we don't want to go to the define load combinations option again and then again enter each and every load combination individually. So to avoid that, I'm just trying to share a shortcut with you. So here we can see that the naming has to be same. That is, it has to be same DEAD, ELX, ELY, LIV, and SIDL in that file also. So what we can do is that we can just simply select all of these cells, press Ctrl C option on a keyboard, and then go to this particular file. Again, click on interactive database. Here again, enter the load case definition. Left click on OK. So here also we can see that dead, ELX, ELZ, live, and SIDL. Now one more thing here is that it should not be ELZ because Z is a vertical. It should be ELY. So what we can do is that we can just simply select all of these and press Ctrl V. So now the name is same for both the files. That is the one that we had taken in that file is same as what we have taken here in this file. So we can click on apply to model. And then click on done. So again, we can, left click on a particular beam, right click here and see that whether the loading application is correct or not. So here we can see that again dead is 0.5, live is 2.5. That is also okay. We can go to the load patterns again and see that whether the earthquake is correct or not. So here also we can see that now the earthquake is correct. But one more thing that we do need to change here is that here we can see that it is again dead and live. And if we go to the load patterns here, so again we can see that it is ELX and ELZ because we have simply changed the load cases here. We are not changing the load patterns. So what we need to do is that we need to go to the interactive database again and click on the load pattern option. So these are the load patterns here. Click on OK. So in here we can select the load pattern definition here, and here we can see the naming. That is again it is not in line with what we had considered. So now it is correct. So what we have done here is that we can just simply select it here and press Ctrl V option on a keyboard and then apply to model. Click on done. We can go to the load patterns to check that whether now it is correct or not. So here we can see that now it is ELY. And after doing that, this ELY option has changed. So we can again click on auto lateral load here as AS1170 2007. Left click on modify load and then modify lateral load. Select all the parameters that we had entered earlier. Probability factor was 1, hazard factor was 0.1, and in here it was y direction. Now all the parameters are correct, and then left click on OK, and again we can see that whether the load cases are now correct or not. So with ELY, when we click on modify showcase here, all the like options are correct. We do need to check each and everything. So for dead, it is okay. For live, again, it should be okay. How I'm checking whether it's okay or not, we are getting the load pattern here. So under the ELX, it should be the load pattern again should be ELX. Here also it is okay. For under the case of SIDL, again the load pattern should be SIDL. And under the case of ELY, because there was a change in the name from ELZ to ELY. So we have to enter here as load pattern here as ELY, scale factor as 1. Now it is okay. And then again we can left click on OK here. So again we can check the load pattern just to ensure that we are moving in the correct direction. It is also okay, it is also okay, and it is also okay. So we can left click on a particular beam and then again right click to see that whether the dead load and live load are correct or not. So that is also okay. Now we move on to the next option, that is we can go to the load combination option also. So if we click on this particular model and we click on interactive database, you will see that there is no as such option for the load combination option. So just make a dummy load combination. So we can go to the load combination and then click on add new combo, left click on OK, and then again left click on OK. So now if we go to the interactive database, here you will see that now the load combination option is switched on. So we can left click on OK. We can switch off all the remaining like interactive databases. So here we can see that there is this just a single load combination with dead and 1. So what we can do is that we can go to the Excel and send table to Excel. And simultaneously we can open the earlier model also. Here what we can do is that we can go to the edit interactive database and then again click on the load combination option. So here we can see that all the load combinations that has been entered. Let us say if we're talking about this particular load combination. So here we can see that dead load and SIDL, that is 1. ELX is -1 and ELY is also -0.3. So either what we can do is that we can click on Excel and send table to Excel. So this is a table that has been exported to Excel for the earlier model that we had done. So we can just simply select all of these load combinations here. We can skip the envelope part and then select Control C option on a keyboard. Go to the second Excel file that has been exported for the new model. So this is the Excel file that has been exported for the new model. Just press Control V option on a keyboard and then go to the new ETABS file. So in here, what we can do is that we can click on retrieve table from Excel. So here we can see that whatever load combinations that we had exported from the like earlier one, that has been imported to this particular new ETABS file. So we can see the notes also here, that is dead plus static, dead plus live, dead plus live plus static earthquake. Click on apply to model. So now all the load combinations have been exported. We can click on done. So we can go to the load combinations options also. So here we can see that how we have saved our, I think, 1 hour of time just by doing the simple copy and paste from the earlier model. What we need to do is that we do need to double click here and then check that whether there is any kind of error in the load combination that has been imported from the earlier model. That is the step that needs to be done. So we can individually enter and check that all the individual load combinations are correct, and there's no as such import export error that has been done from our end knowingly or unknowingly. So all the load combinations are okay. So we can left click on OK. So now our load combination part is very much simplified just by with the help of this interactive database option. This interactive database is very helpful. What we can do is that we can change the system properties, sorry, the structural properties. We can change the earthquake parameters also. We can change the properties parameters also. Like if we click on the material properties here, left click on OK. So in here, if we click on the material properties in concrete data, here you can see that the FC that has been entered is 40 MPa. And all the different parameters are also entered, like the SFC, SS cap, F angle, or FC dash. So if instead of 40, let us say we want to change it to 45, that also can be done. We just need to click on apply to model and that shall be done. But we don't want to do that. So we can go to the define material properties here just to check that whether any wrong modification has been done or not. So here we can see that again it is 40 MPa only. So that is just to save time, whether we can switch on, click on these two windows and manually change these parameters. We can just click on interactive database and change the properties. That's it. So I hope the load combination system is now clear to you, that how we can change it with the interactive database. And as I said, that the load patterns and load cases first of all needs to be changed. Only then we can change the load combination. And the most important thing is that load cases should be redirected to the load patterns. That is, if we click on this ELY, it should click on the or redirect to the load pattern ELY. So that is like the basic criteria here.